All right, here we go. Heat number 1, Michael Russell and Becky Snodgrass on the front row. Vern Spring and Ed Sr. on the second. Ryan McDaniel, David Lux have the third row. Timmy Martin, Brad Roning on the fourth. Jacob Van and Blake Nottestad round out the top 10. Richie Joplin starting back in 11th next to Mike Hoyt in 12th. Chris Johnson rounds out the 13 cars for heat number 1. Hey, good evening, Tina and Andrew. Just go away. All the drivers for heat number 1 out. Matt, you need help, buddy. Pace car getting ready to drop in for heat number 1. Pace car is in. Michael Russell leads them around. They fire and green flag is in the air. Russell gets a big launch. Vern Spring able to slip by a couple of cars into second. Several cars starting to make moves very quickly. David Lux up on the high side, flying by drivers. A big stack up back in the middle of the pack there. 3 wide coming out of 4. Oh, Becky is around. Several cars loose out of 4. Michael Russell still out front. Mike Hoyt, Becky Snodgrass, Timmy Martin, all caught up in it. Michael Russell has started slowing and going to pit road. Vern Spring now has the lead. Ryan McDaniel in second, but David Lux is sending it. Lux on the bottom now takes second place. McDaniel in third. Here comes Richie from the back. Brad Roning now up into fifth. Jacob Van in sixth. Chris Johnson now up to seventh. A lot of cars caught up in early chaos here in heat number 1. And with at least 1 or 2 drivers not going to make the feature tonight, that could be a huge impact. Vern Spring still out front over David Lux. Lux about 7/10 back. Trying to close that gap. Richie now in third. Ryan still holding on to fourth. Brad Roning in fifth. 3 laps to go. That gap at the front is closing quickly. Lux using every bit of the track to the bottom, to the top. Some of the drivers already starting to get down to that apron, using it to help the car rotate as Richie Joplin now looks for second place underneath Lux and quickly clears out of turn 2. Vern Spring able to get a little bit of breathing room there, but here comes Joplin as they come out of 4 looking for the white flag. One more time around for heat number 1. Richie on his bumper, David Lux, Ryan McDaniel, now Chris Johnson up in the top 5. Vern's got the lead off into 3. Richie, David Lux really sent it, washed up, and out of 4, Vern Spring wins heat number 1. Richie Joplin coming home in second. Ryan McDaniel pulling off the top 3 again tonight. Chris Johnson and Jacob Van round out the top 5. Lux dropped all the way to 10th after that full send in 3. Heat number 2, Brian Hewitt and Martin Long on the front row. Matt Moniak and Scott Snodgrass on the second row. John Barry and Easton Reidner on the third row. Cody Kennedy, Kenny Storkson on the fourth. Brandon Murphy and Kirk Marble round out your top 10. Andrew Thornton starting in 11th next to Chance Maderick in 12th, and Edmund Jones rounds out the field. Martin Long there on the outside of the front row should be very exceptionally good at wreck avoidance. Martin is one of the HTSAI community truckers and has learned to avoid the chaos that we can cause from time to all the time when we're trucking. Be interesting to see how Martin does here. I know he's been winning a lot of officials and putting on quite a show as one of the new drivers on iRacing. Pace car about to drop in. Brian Hewitt in control. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. They are underway. Heat number 2. Martin up the track, loses a spot as Matt the Maniac now up into second. John Barry starting to make his way forward up into 4th. Brandon Murphy also on the move, but Brandon right in the... Oh! Holy cow! Several cars caught up in that one. Martin Long, Easton Reidner, Chance Maderick, Edmund Jones all caught a piece of it. Cody Kennedy is headed into pit road. Looks like Martin took a hard hit and had to tow. Matt Moniak now in the lead. Hewitt holding second. John Barry now up into third. John has the fastest lap so far as he looks underneath Hewitt for second. Down the front straightaway, Scott now up into 4th. Andrew Thornton already up into the top 5. Kirk Marble and Edmund Jones both making their way forward after surviving the lap 1 chaos. Kenny Storkson currently holds on to 8th. Chance Maderick in 9th. Storkson likely forgot to throw the empty keg out of the back of the car. The Maniac still leads with 3 laps to go, but John Barry is closing the gap. Scott has now made his way to 3rd. Thornton in 4th. Hewitt stuck up on the high side, losing ground. Kirk Marble now into the top 5. Edmund looking underneath Hewitt. 2 laps to go for Matt Moniak, the points leader. But John Barry is there. Oh, big wreck back behind out of turn 2 that will affect the finishing order. Andrew Thornton and Kirk Marble both involved. White flag is in the air one more time around. Can the Maniac hold off John Barry? Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Moniak and Barry nose to tail. And out of turn 4, Moniak Moniak gets the wall! Barry gets the win in Heat 2! Moniak slides across in second. Scott comes home in third. Wow.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go for the feature. Vern Spring, John Barry have the front row. Richie Joplin and Matt Moniak on the second. Ryan McDaniel and Scott Snodgrass have the third row. Chris Johnson and Edmund Jones on the fourth. Jacob Van, Brian Hewitt round out your top 10. Brad Ronning starting in 11th next to Kenny Storkson in 12th. Ed Sr. in 13th next to Andrew Thornton in 14th. Blake Nottestad in 15th with Kirk Marble in 16th. Timmy Martin and Chance Maderick 17th and 18th. David Lux, Brandon Murphy 19th and 20th. Mike Hoyt starting in 21st. Easton Reidner 22nd. Becky Snodgrass starts 23rd. Cody Kennedy 24th. Michael Russell, Martin Long rounding out 26 cars here tonight for the feature. So all 26 cars did well. Chris Johnson and Martin Long did not grid. I suspect there will be a caution early though, and if they can get out on the track, it ain't over yet. Chris Johnson has jumped to pit road, so expect to see him coming out of turn 2 after the start. There's Chris sitting in his pit stall ready to go. Pace car coming by. We have seen some exciting battles here over the years. Stafford always puts on a great show. A lot of great racing to be had as the pace car drops in. Here we go. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. They are down and away for the feature at Stafford. Vern quickly out to the front. There is banging mid-pack. There's cars flying. Caution is out on lap 1. Several cars involved. Michael Russell gets caught up in it. Brad Roney, Kenny Storkson, Scott Snodgrass, Brian Hewitt, Vern Spring, Ed Sr. all involved. Keep an eye on David Lux as they head off into 1 and 2. Lux down on the bottom. Looks like the chaos starting ahead of him. See if we can find where this excitement started. Kenny Storkson right behind it catches a piece of it. Looks like Vern Spring may have been involved. Vern leads them off into... Oh, Vern starts getting loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Everybody gets evasive. Cars go flying. What a rough start here. Hey, good evening, Steven. How you doing tonight, bud? Brad Ronning did end up having to tow to pit road. Do believe that was him flying through the air. Martin Long and Chris Johnson both did get out on track, and actually, because of starting from pit road, managed to avoid the chaos. Some drivers managed to come through that one clean. Obviously, Richie Joplin to the lead. Jacob Van up 6 spots into third. Blake Nottestad up 9 spots into 6th. Andrew Thornton up 7 into 7th. Timmy Martin up 9 into 8th. Kirk Marble up 7 into 9th. And David Lux up 9 spots into 10th. Mike Hoyt picking up 9 to 12th place. Brandon Murphy up 7 spots into 13th. Becky coming through up 9 spots into 14th. Lights go out on the pace car. Drivers coming back out on track. Brad Ronning is back out, several laps down. Well, good luck tomorrow night, Steven. I know from what I'm hearing, that is not anybody's favorite track. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Lap number 7 underway, and already 3 wide mid-pack cars, slow cars dodging 4 wide out of 2. That could have gone badly, and caution is already back out lap 7. Looks like Martin Long may have been involved in this one. Let's take a look. Looks like there may have been some contact between Martin and Vern. A lot of checking up as they came through 1 and 2. Vern bounced off of him, and then the problems we saw behind. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, 7:45 Eastern. Xcal returns to the Milwaukee Mile. More flat tracking this week. Things are definitely going to get interesting. Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, the Nowski Nation is back, and the Unicorn will be behind the wheel at New Atlanta. Richie Joplin currently leading the field. Points leader Matt Moniak back in 4th. Lights are out on the pace cars. They stack back up. Don't forget, right after this, they will load up the Legends and unload the late models. Go at it again here at Stafford. And as much beating and banging as we're seeing already out of these little cars, you can imagine what the big cars will be like as here they come out of 4 green, back in the air. Full send down the front straightaway towards turn 1. Richie continuing to lead. A lot of drivers moving around through 1 and 2 trying to find a good line. Oh, hard hits out of 4 into the wall. Everybody holds on to him, but wow. Car spinning off into the infield. Michael Russell has had a problem. Scott Snodgrass has had a problem. No caution yet. A lot of smoke still in the air as they come out of turn 2. No cautions as of yet, though. Michael Russell has had another problem as Jacob Van just set the fastest lap of the race. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. Caution is out. Look like a myriad of problems the last few laps. Let's see what all happened. There's Scott Snodgrass. They go off into turn 1. Gets down a little too low. Goes through the grass. Goes for a spin. Michael Russell in that 3-wide mix, headed towards turn 1. It just gets bumped up on the high side into the outside wall, but able to get it going the right way pretty quickly. Russell's car, though, extremely banged up. Looks like just had no control. The front end may have been broken. And Ryan McDaniel trying to work his way through the field. Oh, just gets a tap from behind. Goes around, and that drew the caution. Well, things already heating up here tonight at Stafford. Everybody appears to still be out. Brad Ronning, no, Michael Russell appears to be out of the race. Drivers with problems earlier. Brad Ronning, who went tumbling down the back straightaway, is out. David Lux is back out on track. Martin Long managed to maintain the lead lap and is now up into 20th, up 6 spots. Richie Joplin continuing to lead, but Jacob Van set the fastest lap right before that last caution. And Kirk Marble, who bought the track just a little bit ago, up 12 spots into 4th. Pace car is back in. Green flag back in the air. Through 1 and 2, will everybody make it? Drivers going all the way to the apron to try and carry momentum back out to the wall. They are nose to tail as we've got one getting loose up at the front. Caution. Caution is out. Multiple cars involved. Lap 20. David Lux involved, Becky Snodgrass, Martin Long, all caught up. David Lux down at the bottom coming out of turn 2. There was some contact up ahead. Oh, hard contact between Becky and Scott Snodgrass. I'm willing to bet Scott is sleeping on the couch tonight, and Martin Long got thrown all around. Gonna see if we can ride along with Ryan McDaniel. Oh, big hit between Scott and Becky. He sneaks through the smoke once again and survives again. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you, buddy? Becky Snodgrass now at the tail. Scott in 21st. Martin Long took the worst of that marital dispute. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is back in. Richie Joplin in control. Jacob Van on the high side. Out of 4, green flag back in the air. Richie clears traffic into 1 and out of 2. Meanwhile, they're trying to get 3 and 4 wide. Yet again, mid-pack. Andrew Thornton starting to make his way forward again, up into, whoa! 2 cars go spinning off the track. Caution is out. It's Chris Johnson, Mike Hoyt, and Moniak gets spun. Russell, I know they all miss you, buddy. Hopefully you'll be back soon. Let's take a look at both of these incidents. Mike Hoyt, Chris Johnson side by side on the bottom of a 3 wide out of 4. The bumping just sends them both spinning. Then as the caution comes out, Moniak down on the bottom checks up as the cars slow ahead and goes around but avoids any damage. Richie Joplin continuing to lead here tonight. Russell, any ETA on when you're going to be back, bud? Becky Snodgrass is getting a wave around back to the lead lap and will also line her up right behind her husband, Scott. After that incident, who knows how that ordeal's going to turn out? Should see 1 to green this time by. Yep, lights are out as they get ready to go back to green. Just over 20 to go. Looks like they will go single file for the restart. Pace car drops back in. Richie Joplin in control. They come through 3 and 4. Green flag back in the air. It'll be 20 to go at the line. John Barry is now back up into second place. The single file restart giving him a little bit of help to try and build a run on Richie down the back straightaway. Mike Hoyt had a brief moment on the restart, is going again. Chance Maderick now up 11 spots into 7th. Brandon Murphy up 11 spots into 9th. Several drivers coming through this field in the early going. How much further can they get? Vern Spring trying to make his way back toward the front. Cody Kennedy on the march, and the rookie Easton Reidner also coming forward. John Barry is in the lead as he comes by Richie Joplin, opens the door. Kirk Marble looks underneath. It's a drag race down the back straightaway for second. Richie Joplin currently holds third. Jacob Van in fourth. Andrew Thornton now in fifth. Blake Nottestad quietly moving up into sixth, but the fastest lap goes to Edmund Jones back in 10th. Jacob Van is now in second. Andrew Thornton has gone off track. Kirk Marble now back in third as Van is on the march. Timmy Martin starting to make some moves forward now up into 6th. Chance Maderick now into the top 5. Brandon Murphy looking underneath Nottestad for 7th. John Barry now has a big lead for Stafford, 7/10 of a second over Jacob Van. Mike Hoyt has had a problem going off track back behind. And we've got a car, I believe it's Mike Hoyt around on the front straightaway. Caution is out. Let's see if we can see what happened to Hoyt. Looks like Hoyt may have gotten a bump from behind. Scott Snodgrass nowhere to go. Looking down from the blimp, yep, it does look like Mike Hoyt did get a bit of a bump, and Scott just had nowhere to go coming out of 4. Mike Hoyt has gone to pit road for repairs. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out quickly without losing a lap here. John Barry, meanwhile, has that lead. He had a big lead that was starting to grow. He definitely did not want to see a caution. It'll be less than 10 to go when the green flag drops. Kirk Marble currently up 13 spots into 3rd. Chance Maderick up 13 spots into 5th. Cody Kennedy up 13 spots into 11th. Some big movers here tonight. Brandon Murphy up 12 spots into 8th. Timmy Martin up 11 spots into 6th. Lights are out. They will get the single file restart here. John Barry will be in control and have the advantage. Pace car is back in. Out of 4 and a delay to the green. Not sure what just happened. They started to go green, but immediately threw a caution. We'll see if this will be a single lap or a multi-lap deal. Pace car is back in, so they are going to green now. Out of 4, green flag is in the air. It'll be 7 to go at the line. John Berry gets a couple of car links into turn 1. Richie Joplin back in 4th. Chance Maddock in 5th. Some bad caution. Caution is back out with 7 to go. Looks like Timmy Martin was involved in this one. Out of turn 2, Timmy just gets a tap from behind. Does a 360 on the back straightaway, but loses a ton of positions. Hey, good evening, Kevin. Quickie caution, pace car is back in. Green back in the air, 4 to go at the line. Still single file out of turn 2. Caution is back out with 4 to go. We'll get a green-white checker. And it looks like this one may have been a big one. Points leader Matt Moniak trying to make his way to the front, pushes up, gets into Vern Spring. David Luck's involved. Andrew Thornton catches a piece of it. Look like Martin Long may have gotten a piece of it as well. Vern spins around, goes up the track. Everybody piles in. Somebody just went yeet over that. Surely that was not Brad Ronning again trying to fly. Nope, Ronning managed to avoid flying that time. You know, Kevin, I sometimes miss doing that. Martin Long has gotten caught up in almost every incident tonight, still up in 21st. His first race with Jones BS Racing. Gotta give the kid credit, he is doing pretty darn well. All things considered, he's been thrown into every wall. Biggest movers now, Cody Kennedy up 15 spots into 9th. Easton Ridner up 14 into 8th. Brandon Murphy up 14 into 6th. Chance Maddock 13 spots into 5th. Kirk Marble up 13 spots into 3rd. A lot of torn up sheet metal here at Stafford tonight. You can only begin to imagine once they get out here with full fendered cars, bigger engines, and back ends that don't grip. When they bust the late models out here in a little bit, things are going to get really bumpy. Imagine the teams watching back at the shops are probably crying for all the sheet metal work they're going to have to do this week. Hayes' car is back in. Green-white checkered single file. John Barry in the lead. Green flag back in the air. Everybody heads off into turn one. We've already got cars sliding through 1 and 2. No caution yet. Now the caution is out. We'll get another green-white checkered. Blake Nottestad, Matt Moniak involved. Andrew Thornton involved. Ed Sr. and Scott Snodgrass involved. Ryan McDaniel caught up. Watching Ed Sr. go down into turn one, and somebody just drives up under Sr., pushes him around. He goes up the track in chaos. Looks like Ryan McDaniel tried to take the line down to the apron. Catches the quarter panel, and that's where it all went wrong. Andrew Thornton right behind, had nowhere to go. Same for Scott Snodgrass. And oh, Brad Ronning went flying again. I stand corrected. That may have actually been Moniak. Ronning made it through. Moniak flies tonight. Worth noting, Scott Snodgrass did get caught up in that incident. However, Becky Snodgrass did not get caught up. If she can finish ahead of Scott, I think he might be okay from that earlier incident. John Barry still has the lead. Jacob Van in second, Kirk Marble in third, Richie Joplin in fourth, Chance Madrick in fifth, Brandon Murphy, Edmund Jones, Cody Kennedy, Easton Reidner, and Brian Hewitt, your top 10. Lights are out. The final attempt at the green-white checkered. Pace car drops in. Green flag is back in the air. 2 laps to go for John Barry. Can he pull off his first win of the season? Jacob Van, though, right on the bumper. Some chaos happening back behind, but they battle through 3 and 4. Across the line, white flag is in the air one more time around. Timmy Martin, Martin Long, Joe David Lux involved back behind. John Barry leads them down into 3 and 4. Jacob Van, Kirk Marble have nothing left. Oh, Kirk gets the wall, and John Barry pulls off the win. Jacob Van comes home in second. Richie Joplin pulls off third. Wow, what a race. Hey, good evening, Mark. How you doing tonight, Mark? Yeah, just in time. Don't worry, we got one more to go. Yeah, Matt, that flight definitely had an impact, buddy. Let's talk to our top three. Starting with Richie Joplin. Richie, man, I don't know what to say. You were leading there for a while, then dropped back to about fifth, and then at the last minute, you end up in the top three.
Yeah, I looked up. I messed up on my line, and John was fast. So I don't care. He was fast. I mean, he picked me just right. He raced me clean. Congratulations to John for winning. I mean, that was a good race.
It definitely was, man. And that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. I've done better than what I thought since I've been gone for a week. So I'll take it.
Well, buddy, great job. And it's always great to see you back out on track, man.
Thank you, Doug.
Richie Joplin comes home in third. Jacob Van finishes in second. Jacob, last week was a rough week for you, but this week you come home with the second place finish. A great one.
Yeah.
Definitely a rough start to it, starting back in ninth, and you almost got caught up in a few incidents along the way.
Yeah, it was crazy all night tonight. I missed a few of them in the heat race, and I missed a few of them here, so luckily I'm finished second.
Well, man, a great job. Definitely one of the newer drivers, but I expect we'll be doing very, very well as the season goes on.
Yeah, I hope. So we're fixing to get ready to run a late model, and hopefully we can have the same outcome and one more up.
Buddy, good luck tonight. Great run.
All right, thank you.
And finally, our winner, first win of the season. John, you said you wanted a top five. I guess you got it done.
I did, huh?
Man, that was pretty impressive. You definitely had a little bit of trouble there in the early going, but it wasn't enough to slow you down.
No, I kind of saw it coming and knew someone would push up early, being on the outside, and played it right. And here I am at the end.
Where you finish is more important than where you start. You most importantly stayed out of all the chaos.
Yeah, no, I'm happy. This is a home track for me, so.
Well, now can you pull off the sweep in the late models?
No, I'm not going to go out with late models. It's too late at night for me.
Well, man, still a great job tonight, buddy. Your first win of the season. Congratulations, John.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, first win with Jones, so. And thank you for the broadcast.
Wait a minute. I thought you had won in one of the earlier seasons. I guess I was wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure this is my first win.
Well, congratulations then, man. Long overdue.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Great job, buddy.
Thank you.
John Barry gets the win, but folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. They're putting up the legends, unpacking the late models, and it's going to get bumpy here at Stafford. Stick around, everybody.